Once upon a time, there was a group of management scholars. They spent their time in an ivory tower, thinking great thoughts. Sometimes, when the scholars had an especially exciting thought, they would try to share it with end users. The scholars would rush to the tower's windows and toss paper airplanes out into the air. But alas, the scholars' paper airplanes crashed to the ground, and so their work had very little impact. The management scholars huddled together to discuss the problems they had communicating with end users. They designed better paper airplanes that could fly further and faster. Then they tried again. They rushed to the tower's windows and tossed their paper airplanes into the air. But still, the end users ignored the paper airplanes that crashed around them. The management scholars tried again and again. But then the management scholars' ivory tower was visited by two great dragons. The dragons motivated the management scholars to try new strategies. The scholars stopped throwing paper airplanes out of the tower's windows and concentrated instead on catching the paper airplanes thrown by their end users. Then the management scholars went down and met end users where the end users lived. The scholars let their end users make some important decisions about how the paper airplane should be designed, and they took turns tossing them back and forth. For a while, everything was fine. The management scholars were very happy that the end users liked their paper airplanes. But then the management scholars noticed a few worrisome developments. The end users didn't always ask the right questions at the right time, so some of the scholars' favorite paper airplanes never got finished. Some end users were friendlier than other end users, so the scholars gave most of their paper airplanes to the friendly ones. Some end users had more money than other end users, so they got lots and lots of paper airplanes. And some end users were ignored completely.
Will management scholars and their end users live happily ever after? Well, that depends on us, doesn't it?